Greetings, folks. Welcome back to Roottree Mania. Are all our posters the same? I think they are, aren't they? We've not added anything. We've got this box on the floor now. That's it, I think. The door's open. What's in there? Kitchen? Bathroom? What am I doing? Why am I clicking around? Is there anything new over here? Nope. Okay. Last time, folks, we had a good time sorting out this stuff over here. So, Miracle potentially had an affair with Mary. You claim to have adopted Stuart, but for some reason Stuart believes that's not the case. Well, your partner Regina believes that's not the case. Where has it gone? Here? Never knew his father. Like, you don't have great evidence, do you? Except the fact that they were there a lot. A lot. So do we keep digging into this somehow? Like, where do I go next? What did we get from Sterling Edison? We definitely searched you already, did we not? Oh yeah, it's the same page, okay. Physical altercation leading to a divorce. How do we dig into her second child? Under unusual circumstances. Okay. Adoption. Can I find this debate, whatever it was? The then recent first adoption of an African American child to a white family. I wonder if this is a factual thing about then. She was specifically there to detail her experience going through the system to adopt Stuart. I don't know how I would find anything more about you. We don't have a name for your other kids. You were adopted, although potentially not. So you potentially have other children. Where do I go? Where do I go from here? Well, there wouldn't be anything in this, would there? I mean, we could look you up. I don't think that would be useful. I really don't think that would be useful. Stuart Clementine. I mean, we could look you up, I guess. Police officer. Clementine isn't that popular of a last name, and you managed to find Stuart Clementine list as one of the many names on the emergency services website in New Orleans. Seems he's a police officer, he has no web presence, okay? Can we get the New Orleans, whatever the newspaper's called? Like, you don't show up any of the other, like, gossip mags or whatever, do you? Teen Blast. Unlikely, I think. Starlet. Silver Screen. Pico Tea. No. Mary-Beth Clementine came to Butler County a few times and played religious hymns at the Miracle Congregation's church. Okay, this is going to be useful. She's mentioned 2 times, though the first visit from 1949 was significantly more substantial. Okay, first visit. Miracle Congregation welcomes Mary-Beth Clementine with open arms. The article mentions that the church's leader was moved when he heard Mary-Beth's recording of one of his favourite hymns, His Eyes on the Sparrow. Never heard of it. His Eyes on the Sparrow is a religious hymn. It's been covered over the years by many artists, so it's likely not relevant to your search. The premise is that the singer realizes that they should not feel discouraged or disparaged by their troubles, as God is watching over every creature. If God can watch over and love something as small as a sparrow, then the singer knows that God is also there to watch over them. Yeah, but sparrows are cooler. So, maybe that's why God cares about the sparrows and not you. Reached out to her personally. His Eyes on the Sparrow holds a very special meaning to me. As you know, I've had a very difficult upbringing. It's no secret that my own eyes have always been a source of struggle. Very difficult upbringing. Just being a member of one of the wealthiest families in America. The song is about overcoming sadness and hardship. I don't know if they're one of the wealthiest, but they're a wealthy family. The song is about overcoming sadness and hardship through Jesus. If God can find a way to watch over every sparrow, he can certainly watch over those made in his image. My family's fortune does me no good as a man of the Lord. It's much better spent spreading his word, and I felt a kinship with Mary-Beth ever since I heard her voice. When I learned her personal story, I knew I had to help her in whatever way I could. The Bible is full of adoptions, from Moses to Esther. Spending your life taking care of those helpless to help themselves is incredibly noble. She and her son are welcome to stay in our guest home. Okay. So it's probably not Stuart then that is Miracle's child, if any of them is. The second visit was a few years later in 1953. It's to say, I was going to say, well, yeah, it might be to say, like, I've had your baby, this is your baby. The article mentions that her first visit was a massive success and at the insistence of Miracle's congregation, she's returned for an encore performance. It also mentions that the unusual circumstances of her second son's adoption had prevented her from touring recently, but doesn't clarify. Give me more info. Okay. Unusual circumstances, how do I figure that out? Can I get the adoption times? Is that a periodical? Does this event have a name? How does this page not come up when I search for that? So I don't even get the article as a thing. Don't get to print it out. Her personal story. Stay in our guest home. Yeah, I wonder if she had her second child and it was Miracles. And then when she came back, she was like, hey, this is your kid. It's reminding me of a scene in 6 Feet Under. It's a reference that even if people have seen the show, they might not know what scene I'm referring to, but I can't talk about it because if you haven't seen the show, it would be a spoiler. But it's like it's an interesting scene in that show because it's very like out of the blue, and I think the way it's done so out of the blue just makes it feel really real and it's well done. Anyway, good show if you haven't seen it. I do not know how to continue with you. We're apparently going to find another picture of you. Unusual circumstances, that's like all I've got to go on. Unusual circumstances. It's like nothing. You're not going to be in Business Watch. Miracle Roottree. Hasn't been updated. What about on Spy Search? Ah, okay. Since Miracle Senior is going on the new tour of the United States in late 1999, the previous life for 3 generations of miracles has been replaced. Be a part of history. The oldest living Roottree reprising... Wait, have I read this already? I think I might have read this already. I didn't see anything here about the kids. Or about Beth. How would I move forwards? Because I mean I have to get 4 more before it'll even give me more like a new load of evidence. So unless I'm supposed to continue elsewhere with like a different secretary's name. So the other Beth will be... Should we look up Beth? What's her face? Although I don't think searching for Beth will come up with anything. Beth Knox. You were at the company for a long time, so I could imagine you would show up there. I guess not. Nope. No. Okay. Actually, we might still have other leads to go on as well from 6 pieces. We totally do. We have the Brazil lead. Okay. Okay, I'm happy to return to these, I guess. Guy's main positive contribution to the company involved expanding to markets previously untapped by Roottree. But how do I, like, look up this? I can't just search Brazil. Guy Hudson, Brazil? Are you expecting me to search stuff like that? No. Roottrees? Roottree, Brazil? Well, there we go. Roottree, Brazil, sometimes erroneously referred to as Roottree, Brazil, sorry, is one of the companies created to manufacture and distribute Roottree candy. It was developed as part of the Roottree Everywhere initiative near the beginning of 1979. Okay. That might be good to look up, then we'll find the other ones. Okay, interesting. Let's add that to general. Oh yeah, we had that as well. Okay. Unlike some of the other Roottree Everywhere results, Roottree Brazil seems to be a success. You did some rough translating and find a significant amount of information about it. Brazil was the only region in which caviar flavoured 5 pieces, released at the end of 1978, were a hit. The primary reason that the factory still exists to this day is solely to create that flavour, which comes in its own standalone 5 pieces bag with Portuguese writing. A small town named Alvalagos, near the municipality of São Bernardo do Campo, became the location chosen by the Roottree Candy Company after a newly elected local politician named Edson Soares or Soares heard that they were planning a new factory and petitioned them in early 1979. Okay. The factory was controversial as locals did not want it there. The Roottrees visited Brazil around Christmas and managed to break ground on the project. Since then, however, it has been operating relatively smoothly, except for 2 incidents. The first was Incendio do Bordo, was there a fire? And the second was an unsuccessful strike in 1995 that involved all the factory workers being replaced. Okay, does it include... Ooh. I should put these on Brazil. Okay, Brazil. Reorder. No, not that one, but these ones. Because Roottree everywhere, I think, will lead to other countries. The factory was originally built and run according to paperwork at the time by a small company called Nova Corporación, say whatever, de Duches, Brazil. Yes. Which literally translates to New Brazil Candy Corporation. This company no longer exists, not much information has ever existed about it, and the Rootrees now run Roottree Brazil entirely. Okay. Okay. Not much information, so like if I search that, do I not get anything, basically? Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, it's the same page, basically. Well, it's weird that took a while. I guess it is the 90s. Pages do take a while to load. I think we should look up... I mean, have I looked up 5 pieces caviar? No. Okay. Edson Soares. Maybe. Edson Soares was a Brazilian politician. You find a dissertation published by a college student as part of their PhD in history. Focused on the rise of democracy in Brazil. Seems up until 1988, Brazil was run by the military, and the politics during that time were often a hotbed for corruption and nepotism. The paper tells of a few politicians at the time, including Edson Soares. Sorry if I'm just completely butchering that name. Edson is a former mayor of Alva. Oh yeah, we have to look at the place as well. Before politics, he was a manager at an automotive manufacturing plant for a major American car company. He was put in charge of Alva, Lagos by the military government in 1973. As mayor, he used his manufacturing background and knowledge of American business to establish new factories, distribution plants, and other business ventures in the area. This had 2 side effects. First, he became quite rich. Second, many locals were forcibly relocated. This did not make him a popular mayor, but in what the paper speculates was a move to counteract this unpopularity, his wife Sonia was discreetly put in charge of a television station called Telerede. He often... I should keep note of all this. He often used this connection to ensure supporters would appear on local television spouting his beliefs and emphasizing his political victories. Okay? He remained in office until 1988 when he was defeated in the first election after the military government was no longer in control. After this election loss, he quickly left the town behind. It is not known where he's gone, but the dissertation even speculates he likely fled to stay alive. Okay. Holy moly. Okay. São Bernardo do Campo is a real place in Brazil. A game designer by the name of Jeremy Johnston looked up cities in Brazil that had a lot of manufacturing so that he could place a fictional factory there. He did not want to offend any Brazilians with the tale he was writing that involved corruption and politics, so the small town name is made up where the factory was located and was invented by mixing 2 other regions, Interlagos and Alvarenga. I wonder if that mixing of words is offensive. Maybe etymologically it doesn't make any sense to mix them like that. Sure, but that's funny. Bit of meta stuff. I think we should look this up. We could also look up Sonia as well. It seems like you might be searchable if you were in charge of this. Telerede, whatever, is a former television station in Brazil. It came into being in 1970 after a vacuum was created due to the removal of a different network at the hands of the Brazilian military dictatorship. Due to a lack of resources online, you don't have much to go on about who ran it and when. I mean, I already know. Sonia. This was later, I guess. Sonia. Oh, same surname. Probably. However, Spy Search does return a page that lists a news anchor in Brazil named Flavio Soares, who has a mother named Sonia. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Did Sonia have an affair with Guy? Is that where we're going with this? Or are we just going down a family tree that's just disconnected? It could be either, I guess. Okay. I mean, I want to kind of search your name in other places first, though. wouldn't be in Butler County. They were in Brazil. Like, there's potential for you to show up for some other stuff. I guess not, though. All right. Uh-oh. Flavio Soares is a young Brazilian newscaster with a bit of a cult following. The discourse surrounding him is, to put it in polite terms, lewd. There's a website about something called fan fiction that has a small section dedicated to him. It seems that women and some men of a wide variety of ages and writing skill tend to find him worthy of inclusion in their stories. You skim some of the tales there and learn that the common thread is that he's currently dating a supermodel named Ashley York. Okay. Many stories either seem to ignore her existence or get her out of the picture rather quickly. There are also other more traditional fan sites that list some things about him, including his age, 18, his zodiac sign Libra, his favourite food grilled steak, and his mother's name Sonia. Okay. So this is son of the politician. I don't know if maybe some of that information will be relevant. Also, it seems that Flavio translates to golden haired. That's surely not going to be relevant. I mean, unless that you were named because you're blonde. One website was with a signed publicity photo of Flavio seems to confirm this. I see, okay. The photo has been added to your evidence. Okay, I mean, we've got the photo, so... Are you golden haired? Yeah, I guess gold is kind of that colour. I was expecting more blonde, though. To Natasha, kisses from Brazil, Flavio. Flavio Soares is a Brazilian news anchor. This is a signed photo of him sent to a fan you found online. Okay. Can we figure out where we are in this? Like, when was this again? I wouldn't mind a date on some of these lines. So we're expecting quite a deep... Well, not necessarily that deep, but like if this is an affair that Guy has had while in Brazil with Sonia, which is still just conjecture, then there should be a line from you to her and a line from her to her husband, the politician, and then also at least one person underneath who also has a spouse. So not here, because I think the politician would be in there. Potentially here. Split up. I don't know if it said they split up or not. Or here. Ah, well, there we have a problem, is that none of the children have a spouse listed. I mean, it's possible we don't. I mean, you just said, okay, they didn't get married, they were just dating. Okay. Alright, so I think we should look up Ashley York then, because I think we'll get more information from that. Although we might also get more information from searching you in, not the public library. Any of the more gossipy things. Aha! Ooh, okay, we've got Ashley. Ashley York, a British model, appeared on the cover of Teen Blast, wearing a fur shawl three months ago. This appearance doesn't lead to any useful information, but another more recent appearance in text only mentions she's dating Flavio Soares. In it, a Teen Blast reporter asks how they met. I was in Rio for Carnival, and he was on one of the parade floats. I had no idea who he was, but I liked what I saw and told my people to invite him to the party I was going to. I felt pretty stupid once I realised that we were going to his party, or his mother's party. She runs a media empire down there called Transmiss Sao Paulo. Okay, I've been to Sao Paulo. Ashley York. I mean, I was actually searching for you. Okay, let's try and not get lost, but... where did I search? Did I search this already? Is that the one I literally just searched in? Yes. Wait, that is that one. Starlet. Okay. Why would you be there? Why would you be there? Okay. So I was actually looking for you, but I found... the other one is Teen Blast. We should be looking that up. I think that'll give us more information about the mother. Probably. But we could also look at you up in more places. So obviously that'll just bring up this. You're British, so I don't know. It'd be unlikely for you to shop in any of these, but I think it's worth checking. You're a model. So yeah, more likely the gossipy ones. Yeah, okay, that's just that. Okay, but then we haven't searched for you yet. Ashley Hawks is a British supermodel who does ads for perfume, clothing, and jewellery. She's been the subject of some controversy in the past few months, having been protested by Peter for wearing fur on the cover of some magazines. She's dating a young Brazilian news anchor named Flavio Soares, which has brought them both somewhat into the limelight. Okay. And then I was going to search for... Uh-oh, I've been adding them here. I have. Reorder. Bring all these over. I was going to search one of them, which was this one. Transmiss Sao Paulo is a massive media group owned and run by a mysterious woman named Nia Alves. Okay. It seems Nia Alves is a common name in Brazil, so she has shortened her name to Nia to stand out in the public's eye. Okay. Nia Alves. According to a history page that's focused on her company and vague, unsearchable details, Nia received a significant inheritance in 1980 and invested in many different manufacturing businesses in her hometown in Brazil. At the same time, she had just begun to learn the ins and outs of running a television network. Okay, yep. You were married to that politician, weren't you? That is what that was. She continued to work in television until 1988, when Brazil began its period of reform. She felt this was the perfect opportunity to launch her own media company using her investments and connections. Now her company owns television networks, magazines, newspapers, and advertising firms. After doing some translating, the page about Nia lists her as unmarried. It does not go into any other relationship history. Searching for Nia online, you learn that she stays out of the spotlight. She doesn't even appear at shareholder meetings. She sends a proxy. Okay, are you suggesting we shouldn't search for you then? Okay, so it's the same. Was there anything else in there that seemed important? I mean, would this show up in Business Watch? Transmiss Sao Paulo has come up many times in Business Watch due to their status as one of the wealthiest media companies in South America. There's too many results based on one-off mentions and name drops for anything to be useful. Okay. I mean, does it show up anywhere else? Chef's signature? Nope. I would be surprised, but you never know. There's actually a setting in the options to just search through all of these, but it has a warning next to it saying it probably makes... Like, I kind of would like it if it was just a separate button here, like search all, and then I could... I mean, wouldn't I just press it all the time if it was there? Yeah... Or if there was like some other way, like what if when you like put a search term in here, it just highlighted the ones that it was in? Would that be any different than just searching all of them though? I don't know, not really. Like I'm just thinking about it because like, you know, playing the game makes me think about the like ways you could improve the UI in certain ways. That's worth thinking about. It's not necessarily a massive criticism, but it's like, you know, I think there's room for innovation. Nia lists unmarried. Let me just quickly go back to, let me make sure I didn't mix up this. His wife's Sonia. Yep. Okay, so you were married, then you were unmarried, so you got divorced. It could be here, it could be there. Flavio, was that your name? It's currently like it's a current thing that you're dating that model. We have no indication of a second child here, do we? Although they might not have been mentioned. It's feeling like this. Do we have who do we have pictures of? Flavio. And Flavio only. How do I get pictures of them. Is that right? Flavio and Flavio only? Could this lead anywhere? It doesn't have any, whatever it's called. What is it called? Wait, Piketty missing pages. This is 8 things. How? Wait. Relevant pages removed. Are you implying that I should be trying to find the missing pages? How does that work? We'll look at that later. I want to try and find a picture of these folks. So you were kind of hidden. How do I find out about Guy and Nia? Why are we even on this trail? Because you went to Brazil. Basically, that's the entire thing. Oh, let's look back at the thing about that. It was said that he bribed at least one politician to open a factory in Brazil. Bribed. Did you say, oh, I'll tell the world that your wife is cheating on you with me? Ha 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 ha. What other leads did I have here? Any? Like, I mean, I guess I could search for you. Nenhum resultado relevante, which is Portuguese for no relevant results. So Nia Alves is a fairly common name. Yeah, okay. I don't think anything else will come up. He's 18. No mention of him having a sibling. Ashley York, currently dating. Discreetly put in charge. How am I going to get a picture of you? Which we do, apparently. I mean, maybe it gets given to us. That is the problem with this. It might just get given to us in the next batch of stuff. Okay. Where do I want to go next? Oh, like that obviously goes in here somewhere. But I don't know if I can confirm it. If it's this one, it's 2 pictures. If it's this one, it's just 1 picture. But we also need a picture of the politician. My current guess is you go here, but I don't want to put it in just yet. Why am I ignoring this one? Because it doesn't have the politician in it. Okay. We're probably going to get more photos of you with more people, right? With more of the affairs. Okay, hold on. There's one other thing we had early in this. Wait, what was that? Oh yeah, that was the business name. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's actually quite a few things to look up. Okay, yes. For some reason I can't select that there, so I'm going to try and find it in here. Senor de Bordeaux translates to Maple Fire. In 1982, the factory was deliberately attacked in a case of clear arson. The fire was brought under control after destroying about 2/3 of the production floor. And locals claimed that the air smelled like a mix of burning plastic and maple syrup. The factory was rebuilt and continues production to this day. At the time, it was unknown why this happened, but last year a news special did list this incident as well as a few others in the small town as backlash to perceived corruption in the government at the time. According to the report, the mayor of the city was found to be receiving a cut of the factory's profits. Okay. I mean, I don't think searching for this will do anything different, right? Nope. I mean, yes, something different, but... okay, interesting. How do I find out about this strike? Well, I don't know if that's that relevant to what's going on. Oh, it's interesting, it didn't copy the E. Huh. Did that happen with this? No? Weird. Or is it different if I press like Control C? No? How do I find out about you? There's got to be something about you. Like a picture. How would I find you? There'd be a picture of you somewhere. Is there no picture in the dissertation? I mean, nope. The factory, blah blah blah. Roottrees visited Brazil around Christmas and managed to break ground on the project. Since then, however, it's been operating relatively smoothly, except for 2 incidents. I mean, we could look up. I mean, I don't think we can look up the strike. Roottree Brazil. That's just this page, right? Yes. Really, it does take a long time for that to pop up. I think it's because of the bullet points. Nia Alves. How do I find you? She wants to stand out, but she also stays out of the spotlight. We did already search for you in these, right? We have Piketty here as a thing. I've totally forgotten the context behind. I'm searching all of these behind Piketty. Oh, is this new? This is new. Business Watch. Nia Alves owns many forms of media in Brazil under the umbrella of Transmiss Sao Paulo. Business Watch has mentioned her by name a few times. The most relevant appearance seems to be an article about the struggles of American media companies to do business with their foreign counterparts due to a difference in laws. A few media groups and countries are discussed, including those in Africa and the Middle East. Transmiss Sao Paulo in Brazil is also discussed. Due to the lack of freedom of speech laws in Brazil, there has been added bureaucracy in publishing certain stories on Transmiss Sao Paulo's channels. Nia is extremely private about her identity and supposedly once used her connections to have a reporter fired from a rival network and blacklisted. Okay. The journalist claimed that this was to shut down a story he was doing about her personal life, including that her marriage in 1973 was not of her own choice. Okay. His research claimed that she essentially had her husband forced upon her as a child bride at the age of 15. Child brides were not outlawed in Brazil until 1990. Also claims that past appearances with her husband have been for show, they do not live together, that she resents her own parents for the arrangement. The final claim was that she must have made her money under the table through nefarious and possibly illegal means during Brazil's dictatorship, as his research uncovered that she could not possibly have earned enough to start a media company otherwise. After making the statement, the reporter went into hiding in fear of his safety. Still no picture. Okay, so she was a child bride. In 1973. Then potentially later had an affair with Guy. Whenever that was. 1970 something. So not that much later. Like 77 was it? Or 78 is when Guy became president. Yeah. And did you go to Brazil then? Yeah. Okay, 1979. Wasn't there something else that outlined that as well? Yeah, here. It doesn't say it though. Okay, it doesn't say the date. Okay, wait, what? So they did break up. How am I supposed to get a picture of you? The opening of the factory? The opening of the factory? But the factory was called... We already had that and we already looked it up and there were 2 incidents. New factory. Roottrees visited Brazil around Christmas. Built and run by this. Same page. Maybe it comes up in something else. Have I done this already? Oh, it's not going to be anywhere else, is it? I kind of do want to search this. Roottree Everywhere was an expansion in the late 1970s. It coincided with some other large changes at the company and had mixed success. As far as you can tell, different companies related to it were all formed in very different, sometimes haphazard ways. There's minimal organized information about the history of the expansion itself online, but you can glean the following. Roottree candy had been distributed globally to certain markets approved by Elias as early as the 1940s. This included places like Canada, Mexico, and select countries in Europe, mostly the UK. Roottree Everywhere involved Rootree's expansion to other major markets that were assessed to be ready for Roottree. This started with 4 that it had no share in: Australia, Brazil, China, and France. That was the 4 that were listed, I think. Each of the countries had an entirely new company formed, mostly by making deals with local distributors and manufacturers. Yeah, sure, so we've already been looking at that one. I kind of expected this would just lead to a list of countries. I guess it gives us something specific to search. How do I... maybe... have I searched this in here yet? I don't think so. It tends to be difficult to find anything useful about in Business Watch due to the massive amounts of advertising and business deals related to your search that they've been part of. Individual people involved with the deals that led to the company's creations. I mean, I've already searched for them. What have I searched for you in there? This is definitely one thing I don't love in this game, is this feeling of, I feel like I might be treading over the same ground. But then at that point, I don't think there's anything likely to be relevant. I think it's here, but I don't know for certain. What was your occupation? The dude. He was... a news anchor. Would it work timeline-wise? When was this? Ugh. I don't know. We'll put it in when we know, I guess. We'll put it in when we know. Alright, do we have photos that I haven't put in yet? Just you. Okay, what about for the women? No. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll... the thing is, we only need 4 more to get more information. So therefore, it makes sense to just plug away at the various threads that come up. So we could just go to the other countries, for example. And it might all start circling back around on itself. So, see you next time, folks, and we'll see if that happens. Alright, goodbye.